This is the Jetstream JTP-S45 power supply, switching power supply. And you notice it has 2 meters, an amp meter and a voltmeter. I wrote Jetstream. It's been some time back now. I found a receipt for the request and their reply, and they sent me 2 replacement bulbs. The volt side had gone out, blown more or less. So they sent me a pack of 2. There they are. They're real small. I don't know the value. I'm assuming they're 12 volt. I don't have a schematic, so everything I'm doing for this will be done in the blind. This is the replacement. There's 2 of them. You notice 2 leads. And I've already been inside this power supply one time. And these meters, they're beveled here on front. In other words, they're flush to the face of the power supply. And the back side, they're encased. There's a board behind inside where these meters are mounted. I'm not quite sure how to access the meters to get inside to where the bulbs are. The bulbs are down in here. And currently this power supply is no use to me whatsoever, because when I turn it on, you notice the amp meter is also blown now. The light you see is from the camera. So the amp meter blew or had gone bad just by non-use of the power supply. I guess it is rather dusty. It's not been used in a while. The reply from Jetstream was 2004, which tells you anything. You see the spike just then on the voltmeter side. .8 volts is the output. It's supposed to be adjustable, which apparently it does adjust. But you see that spike blip that it does there? At one time I had this power supply powering 2 meter radio in scan mode, and for field day purposes it powered Icon 718 for SSB communication. See, it's not holding steady. There's nothing connected to it. That's why I took it out of line. So apparently something else is breaking down, but originally it worked fine till the voltmeter side to lose its light bulb. And then, like I said, just sitting on a shelf, because the amp side worked when I last had this thing hooked up. Now it's bad, and you see the blipping of the voltmeter side. So not real sure what's going on there. It may be trying to go bad, whatever. But I have a new version of this power supply on order. My wife, XYL as we call her, November 4, Victor Bravo Sierra, for those of you familiar with Cure Z. she saw that I was looking at one from Gigaparts. So lo and behold, that's going to be my Father's Day gift on her behalf. So much appreciated. It couldn't come at a timelier moment. We're just a little less than 2 weeks away from field day, and this is what you get into. See, it's dropped below 13.8 volts. It's not even, well, it's just above 12 volts, which probably wouldn't run a radio, not safely anyway. So there you have it. Both meters, the bulbs are gone, and it's not holding steady. Cracks it back open. It's 13.8 volts. You can watch this meter blip. I call it spiking, like it's putting out all it's going to put out. Anything more, you know. So I don't really trust it to use it. Right now it's holding on 13.8 volts, but I would not trust it to use it on a 100-watt radio for field day purposes. So maybe my newer one will get here in time for field day. We'll put it in a line, and hopefully it will last longer than this one did. But like I said, I wouldn't trust it. But both meter bulbs are bad. There is a glitch in this on the voltage output for some reason or another. Right now it's holding steady to make a liar out of me. But I'm sure after several hours of being on and probably under load, the amp meter probably still puts out amperage. I think it blipped just then. So I would not trust running this thing on a continuous basis. But the amp side is still good. It put out about 10-12 amps at 100 watts for field days last year. And at one point in time, we decided we were going to just be a 1 delta station and work mainly PSK digital modes, since digital and CW is worth more points than SSB communications are. So we more or less just left this radio or this power supply hooked to a 2-meter radio for monitoring purposes, 146450 for those of you that are familiar with the ARRL field day map. Search in for EMP, you'll find our location. We're going to hold field day even though our equipment appears to be failing on us. That's par for the course in an amateur radio hobby. You know, if everything works all the time, see it not holding steady, and there's nothing hooked to it whatsoever. So we're going to call this thing out of order. Hopefully our newer one will get here in time for field day, and we'll hopefully find a schematic or somebody tell us what possibly to look at other than the 2 bulbs being replaced. What else could be possibly going on? For now, 73 from N4NP. See you field day.